Hello and welcome to the next calendar game that I will be trying to get through. This one, instead of just a month, this is the 365 Adventures, Cthulhu 1926. It is a daily game. It's pretty simple, but we'll go over the rules here. So, in the shadows of the ancient buildings and cobbled streets of Arkham, a city consumed by mysteries and age-old secrets, John Miller, a private detective with a keen eye and sharp mind, finds himself confronted with unspeakable horrors. Rumors of inhuman creatures and dark cults are multiplying, and nights in this New England town seem inhabited by indescribable presences. Armed with his flashlight, a pistol, and his determination, John is prepared to delve into the darkness to unveil the horrors that lurk there. Each investigation led by John is a step into the unknown, where reality and madness intertwine. He is on the trail of ancient secrets, hidden in forgotten manuscripts and forbidden places. The line between the natural and the supernatural blurs, and John knows that his discoveries could shake the very foundations of reality. But despite the danger, the call of adventure and truth draws him ever deeper into the arcane depths of terror. And then we'll go over the rules here. Embark on a cosmic adventure spanning an entire year with 365 Adventures Cthulhu 1926. Play as John Miller, a determined private investigator in his quest to uncover the mysteries and horrors of the city of Arkham. Each day, guide your hero through the dark alleys and abandoned buildings, exploring hidden secrets and confronting occult cults devoted to great old ones. Experience an immersive journey where each month brings new challenges. Track your monthly progress, enrich your arsenal with occult artifacts, and unlock new rules and skills as you go further. Your mission: prevent the invocation of unspeakable forces and protect humanity from darkness that threats to engulf it. Prepare for an investigation where reality and madness intertwine, and where each discovery can shake the very foundations of reality. Accept the challenge and dive into the unfathomable depths of Lovekane's universe. So basically we just set up the calendar like this with the day marker on the day that it is. That's the setup. It's pretty simple, and it comes with 5 dice, 3 black, 2 green. And then the principle of the games: each week, the encounters from Monday to Saturday represent John Miller's explorations, investigations, and encounters in the streets of Arkham. Each Sunday marks a crucial advancement in his investigation and research. Each month reveals an important new aspect of his adventure. Your daily mission is to investigate, defend yourself, and search for clues. You have the freedom to investigate any space during the week, not just the one where John Miller is located, provided you limit your encounters to 1 per day. However, the climactic Sunday encounter must be done on Sunday. It marks the climax of the week's investigations, where all leads converge for a decisive showdown. Each day, move your hero to the square of the day, ensuring that the 2 parts of the magnet remain properly aligned. Each encounter from Monday to Saturday displays a value between 5 and 15 and a symbol, pistol, magnifying glass, or flashlight. The symbol indicates the type of encounter: the pistol for physical confrontation, the magnifying glass for a detailed investigation in the field, and the flashlight for tailing or searching in dark and dangerous places. To overcome an encounter, you are entitled to a maximum of 3 dice rolls with the 5 dice. To succeed, your black dice must show a total equal to or greater than the encounter's value, and at least one of your green dice must show the encounter's symbol. After each roll, you can decide to keep the dice you want, depending on your strategy. You are not required to use all 3 rolls. If the result of one of your first 2 rolls satisfies you, you can choose to stop there. Once your rolls are completed, select the encounter you wish to face in the current week, from Monday to Saturday. You cannot face an encounter that has already been defeated in previous days. If you succeed in an encounter, mark the encounter book by coloring, hatching, or crossing the defeated counter to remind yourself that you've already overcome it this week. So basically these numbers are, we have to get on the black dice, and this is the symbol. If after your rolls no encounter can be defeated, no action is required. This leaves you more options for the following days. It is critical to examine which encounters are available before rolling your dice. This will help you determine which dice to keep to optimize your chances of success. The climactic encounter. The Sunday space has a value between 10 and 20, but this value is reduced by 1 for each encounter previously defeated in the week, each representing the advancement of the investigation. If the previous days appear on the prior page of the calendar, they are still taken into account for this reduction. This value is also accompanied by a symbol that must be shown on one of the green dice, and you have up to 3 rolls to face and defeat the encounter, as in a normal encounter. The climactic Sunday encounter can only be faced on Sunday itself, when John Miller is exactly on that space. And then there's some examples here of what can be done. You can pause the screen and read those. And then at the end of each month, tally your adventure score in the designated space at the top right of the page and calculate them each month. Each defeated climactic Sunday encounter will earn you 5 adventure points. Then turn the page and discover a new chapter of your investigation on the calendar. On the back of each monthly page, you will find a narration and a paragraph of rules introducing new challenges, unexpected encounters, and artifacts to acquire for the current month. Each month brings its novelty, valid until the end of the year. Madness. Beware at the end of your rolls, regardless of the type of encounter. If at least one of your black dice shows the Cthulhu symbol, you gain a point of madness. Mark it in the madness grid on the top of each month's sheet. The madness grid resets at 0 at the beginning of each new month, but if at the end of the month the grid is full, deduct 5 points from your adventurer score for the month. Yes, the monthly score can be negative. And then an example of that. And then it just says do not read ahead for the following months, and that we can go to a website to compare our scores with other players of the game. That is the rules, and we will start today, January 1st, with our 3 rolls. Let's see. It looks like we have an 8, can't see the symbol, and a magnifying glass, an 11, and a flashlight, and a 10, and a gun that we can use for our first roll for the week. 9. Well, we could go ahead and stop there and do today's, and I think I might just do that because we got 8 and a flash and the magnifying glass, and we don't have any Cthulhu's, so I might just go ahead and do today's, the 8 and the magnifying glass, and then we'll be back tomorrow for day 2. All right, welcome back to day 2. Yesterday we did the challenge for Thursday the 1st because it was able to be done on our first roll, so roll 1 for today. We have 2 guns, and did not show you again, a 10 and a gun for Saturday, and an 11 and a flashlight for today's. We definitely didn't get enough for numbers, but we'll keep the gun, I think. We'll roll the other one. Do we keep any of the numbers? I think we just go ahead and roll it all. This is roll number 2. Ew, we don't like that. We got the flashlight, so we'll keep both of those because those are the 2 we need. Might keep the 4 also in the last roll. And I didn't get anything. Not enough numbers, so we don't get to check anything off for today. Okay, we are back for day number 3 of our Cthulhu 1926 adventure. And since we got nothing yesterday, we still have 2 days that we can get. So let's just go right into our rolls. We need a gun for one of them, and I think I'll keep the 2 just because yesterday kind of screwed myself over by not keeping anything. Oh, there we go. There we go. We could do either of them. We might as well do today's, just because it's today. So I will mark that off, and we'll be back tomorrow for our major event on a Sunday. All right, welcome back for our first climactic event, Sunday, January 4th. And we need a magnifying glass, and because we got 2 of our adventures figured out for the week, we need an 11 because we get to subtract 2 from the score. So we got our magnifying glass, so that's a bonus. And then we need 11. I think I'm just going to go ahead and roll all. Keep the 8. And then hoping for a 3 or more. Nope. Okay, so we got some madness, and we failed our climactic challenge in the first week. All right, not starting out very good here.